We know you can't get enough of your sports idol, so we've got you covered. I'm Miko Halili, and this is The Score. Okay, so am I correct? I understand that the person who taught you how to play was your grandfather.
Yes.
Your lolo.
Yes.
Right? How did that come about? Do you actually remember
Yes.
your lolo teaching you how to play?
Yes. I played soccer in Germany. Everybody in Germany plays soccer, or it is a given, or you get hazed and bullied. And I'm just joking, but everybody is supposed to play soccer at the beginning. And to be honest with you, I was not very good at soccer. My grandpa, he brought me to the court, and then we played a little basketball, and it was fun. And I was like, hey, I want to learn. And he's like, okay, I'm going to teach you, but we need to wake up at 6 in the morning because the sun is too hot. I was a little kid, so it was too tough for me, and maybe for him too, because he was a little older, but he's still like running around now, so maybe it was more for me than for him. And then he was standing there, he taught me the right-handed layup, and then I ran a circle around him and did the right-handed layup. He took the ball, and then I run a circle and then do the right-handed layup too. Since now, the biggest strength of my game is my right-handed layup.
Because of what your opa
that's where it started.
You. Yeah,
that's
how it started.
Exactly.
The first time you picked up a basketball, the first time you enjoyed the feeling of making a layup, was it sort of like love at first sight, love at first layup, love at first dribble?
I do admit that a lot of my teammates in the national team and also in San Miguel, they love basketball much more than I do as a sport. They play basketball, they go home, play 2K, basketball, watch NBA, basketball. And with me, it's more the competing. I like competing. Like, that's what love of the first sign is. I like to go as hard as possible and have my opponent go as hard as possible. And we both are tired at the end of the game, and the game is tied at 80-80, and I like to do that extra sprint. And he's trying to do the extra sprint too, and I can do it, and he's not. That fuels me, and that's why I go home and watch PBA games to learn, because I want to have that advantage against the opponents. But it's not as much the love of the game, it's more the love of me being able to compete on the highest level against great human beings and great athletes.
Where did you get, if you learned basketball from your lolo, where did you get that love for competing?
It was always there. I remember that we have little birthday parties, and then there was a game, and there were like 12 kids, and then you had to jump on one leg. And then when you lose, then you get exchanged. But if you win, you can stay, or you can say, okay, I won it, and they took the next. And my leg hurt, like I was sweating, I was all red, but I didn't want to lose. So I went through all the 12 kids, jumping as long as possible on one leg. And my mom got mad because you need to let the other kids play too, because she is a very good-hearted person. I was like, Mom, I'm trying to win this. Then they kept sending people. I'm not gonna give up. And then she understands though. It was always there. I don't know where I got it. Maybe I'm just trying to prove myself something. I don't know what it is, but it's always there, and it's there in every area. I had to learn how to play board games, because I get so competitive, and if it's just luck, I get so mad, and it's like, could I have done something different? But it's just the dices.
Yeah.
So I learned. I'm good at that now. I learned having fun instead of being all
I would not want to play Monopoly with you. I think you'll throw me across the wall.
I learned that, so don't worry. Maybe in the past when I was 13 years old.
Okay. I'm gonna stay away if you invite me to do board games.
You know what? Good.
But okay.
I'm a great Monopoly player.
That's why I wouldn't want to challenge you. No, I'm not. That's why I wouldn't want to challenge you. I always end up in jail.
That's good sometimes at the end of the game, but it's okay.
How crazy competitive can you be on the court?
I don't know. There's not really a limit, That's because a lot of people be like, thank you for going so hard, you know, because they watch me and then I play for Gilas. You don't have to thank me for that. I'm gonna do it regardless, just because I want to and just because I see the guy from Iran who's bigger than me, or I see some other guy from Japan who's quicker than me, and I'm like, let's get this guy, you know, let's win this, let's win this battle, and that's what drives me, and that's why I love playing basketball, and that's why I love playing for the country.
I think people love it when they see the contrast. When you play, you look like you're pushing everybody. You look like you're stumbling all over the court. At the end of the game, you have like 25 points. They love that about you. But what's that side that they don't see when you're with your friends, when you're with your family? Are you like a direct opposite from what they see when you play?
What I miss is, you know, I didn't spend Christmas because of my professional basketball career. It was a long, like 5 years now, and I didn't spend Christmas with my 2 sisters and with my mom. And that's tough for me, but what I miss the most is not like Christmas presents. Even if I'm there, I just remember I watched my 2 sisters and my mom, and then I lean back and I just watch them interact. I don't have to talk, I just watch them.
Yeah, you don't have to be competitive or anything.
No, not even. It just makes me so happy just see those people interacting, and that's what I miss a little bit. And obviously the wedding of my sister, but that's just part of it, so it's okay.
People asking you about, you know, how much Pinoy culture you know. In other words, people are always curious when they see you. Oh, it's Standhardinger idol, but in their head they're thinking, okay, how Pinoy is this guy? So I'm just gonna flat out ask you, how Pinoy are you?
Where I fit the culture the most is my passion, my puso, like just how people interact. I think I don't want to say everybody because obviously it's never everybody, but like most of the people here in the Philippines, they're very family oriented, very hard workers, and they play with a lot of passion. You know, when you go and then you watch little kids playing without shoes on a basket, but then like bumping each other and stuff like that, and that's where I identify the most. I think, you know what, that's the answer. The competitive side, I think that's my Filipino side getting competitive, because Germans are more like strategic, you know, while the passion, I think, comes from the Filipinos, and that's where I identify the most, and that's what, when I came here, I loved the most seeing. It's like just seeing people working hard, being family orientated, and passion, and having passion for so much. Look at the response of the country when we play national basketball, like we play against Iran or something like that. I cannot tell you how many messages I get. Thank you for the support. Thank you. You did great. Thanks for being there. And I always get my heart gets warm, and I always be touched, you know, by this. And yeah, that's where I fit with the culture. I cannot tell you. I know how to say kuya, ate, po. You know, that's part of the culture too. But I think the personalities, what is ingrained in us Filipinos, how we act, how we are, what's important for us, the principles, that's where I do align the most, and that's where I can identify the most.
You said that you're touched whenever you get messages of thanks. Does it make the sacrifices that you've made worth it so far?
Yes, it did. Did make it worth it so far, and it will always make it worth it. But what drives me most, like another point to that, is that to know that if I go hard in throwing a ball through the basket, you know, for my country, I can affect people, a lot of people, to the positive. That's another additional incentive for me. It gives me so much motivation. Like, I already want to compete, but that just gets me over the edge, just to know that somewhere out there's somebody who just worked a 10-hour shift or longer, and he goes home and he has happiness for 2 hours just watching us play, and I'm part of that. That's on it. Or somebody where life hits him in the face, and life always does that to everybody, you know, and then he watches us play, and maybe he sees some of us working hard, diving for the ball, losing teeth, like sacrificing, and he'd be like, okay, you know, let's go tomorrow and let's go harder. You know, let's make this happen. I'm gonna come over this. Being able, I think, and that's why everybody is so honored playing national team, playing Gilas, being able to affect many people in a positive way gives me the most gratification.
Are you not amazed that you can have that kind of connection to people you've never met, people you did not grow up with, people who struggle to say your last name, right?
But it's got a lot better, I'm telling you guys.
So what versions of your last name have you heard?
You know, when I first came here, it was horrible. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
So how did they murder your name?
Standhardinger. It was Stan Hamburger. It was Stan. I don't even know how they murdered it. Like it was such a I couldn't even see the body anymore. That's I'm like that's not even close.
My favorite is the shortcut, Hardinger.
Hardinger, yeah. Stand hard and it was oh wow, come on, let's focus here, no? But now. No, I just walked in here, like I told you, right? I walked in here and I saw somebody said Standhardinger. It was so good.
Standhardinger.
Yeah, now it's like Standhardinger.
But that's amazing. That's amazing.
I think that's amazing too. And you know what? If you cannot pronounce my name, it's okay too. I'm gonna forgive. But it's a tough name. But now, people saying my last name because I feel like it was a challenge to say it right. And there are a lot of people who can actually say it right. And obviously, that's always fun for me to know where it was 4 months ago and where it is now.
Personally curious about your relationship with your teammate on both the national team and on San Miguel. And that's Junmar Fajardo. How would you describe your relationship with Junmar Fajardo?